I'm Katharine Jovey, and I'm a British slut.
And I'm Michael Colangelo, and I'm a wanker.
Welcome to 3 Kilobytes. Today we're reviewing Deadlight on Xbox Live. 1,200 Microsoft points.
1,200 points, and it's a side-scroller survival horror looking game. It kind of has a similar look to Limbo.
Like the foreground is black, basically, and the background is where all the detail and depth is, and the color. It's hard not to compare this game with Shadow Complex, just because it is the 2D side-scrolling idea with the 3D flair in the background. You know, you go into rooms, they fade in, they fade out, things zoom in.
So the plot is, it's 1986, the year of my birth. It's set in Seattle, and there is a virus that gets out, and it reanimates the dead. It's a typical zombie game, but it's not that typical, because I haven't seen something like this done with a zombie game before. So you follow Randall Wayne, and he is a survivor. At first he's with a group of survivors, but then he gets separated from them. He's going to meet up with them later, and he's also trying to find his wife and his daughter throughout the game. You can collect his diary entries. You can also collect IDs off bodies, and a fun fact is that they're all names of psychopaths or serial killers from that time. Boston Strangler and stuff.
I don't know why you looked at me when you said psychopath. I thought that was kind of rude, but...
I know.
Remember to like the video, by the way.
And subscribe.
Kat, when you watch this, remember to like it.
Yeah,
I will. They need your extra 1 like.
Yeah, I'll make sure to do that. Also, as you go along, you sort of accept missions from characters that you meet. So one guy wants you to find his boy, so you go find his boy.
I did love this game, the first, half an hour of it. And by the way, this game, you can probably beat it within 3.5 hours. Yeah. Once you learn how to jump and like crouch and bash through doors, the idea and like basically the gimmicky tricks of this game, it becomes very repetitive, becomes very linear. Say it together. Linear.
The word of the day is
linear. Did you notice like the little white arrows telling you where to jump?
It's like, I wish you could turn those on or off.
In some ways,
they're like, I'm gonna hold your hand.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Katharine, guide me. It's way too linear. There's no confusion. It's like, oh, I jump here.
Well, the on time, you're like, oh, I'm not sure, so you have to redo a part 2 or 3 times. But yeah, for the most part. But
the challenge is just sucked right out of it. It feels like you're just going through the motions to complete this game and find out the story, which is not that great. And I think what is the weakest...
I like the ending, though.
Well, the ending's a nice little twist, but I think by then you don't even care, personally. Major problem with Deadlight is not the voice acting, but the story that the voices are trying to explain.
Yeah, and the way that they do the dialogue itself.
Yeah, and we need to mention for Jason Hooft that the guy who does the main voice is...
the guy from Scream.
The ghost face. Hello, Sydney.
I keep having this dream. I'm running through town.
If Jay didn't point that out, would you have gotten it?
For sure.
I don't think I would have gotten it. No, I'm pretty dumb.
It just didn't translate well. Everything seemed kind of juvenile the way they're speaking.
Katharine Jovey.
Katharine Jovey.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
You do have an axe, and you can do melee attacks, but you have a very small amount of stamina. You're suggested not to get into fights as much as possible. You also have a pistol eventually, which is cool. I like that you're not supposed to get in fights, but yeah, if you basically start trying to fight more than 3 guys, you're dead. You start off with 3 health points, and then you slowly get power-ups as you go along.
That's what it is, though, really. It's fight or run.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I wish there was more to it than that.
I found the controls not to be the best. Like you said, they're a little simple, and sometimes it was sticky. Like you had to be in just the right point.
Are you talking about the aiming? The gun? Or
aiming the gun, yeah. Also, I mean, when you went to go pick up an ID or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like in God of War when you have to open those boxes, you have to be in just the right spot.
Right. Objects that you have to interact with, and there's a little icon with like gears that appear. Here, you need to touch this!
Woo! Like purple gears.
I don't know, I guess gears in motion?
Like even a question mark, something. Like why gears?
Exclamation mark?
Gears is like a loading screen to me.
I don't know.
Personally.
Maybe you should call them up, write them a letter.
Maybe I should. So what do you give it out of 10?
You know what, I give this game a 7 out of 10. It's definitely a fun little game. 1,200 Microsoft points. A little steep though, I must say though. For what you get. You get this 3-hour like mediocre side-scroller game that has, the strongest point is its visual. The visuals are the strongest point. And that's why it's not just a 5, right? It looks amazing. But the voiceover, the gameplay, it just brings it down for me. I'm not going to say it's not a special game. It is a special game. If you like this type of genre, Shadow Complex is way better.
I have to give it a 6.5.
Oh, racist.
Oh.
Zombie racism.
The story was kind of predictable, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. However, the dialogue and the cutscenes and stuff is just sort of meh. Loading screens I found to be a little long sometimes, but overall, the look of it was cool. I like that limbo kind of look where it kind of looks like you're, I don't know, reading a comic book in a way.
Guys, tell us what you guys think of the game. Kat, high five.
High five.
Eskimo on the elbow.
That's
this is the
right.
shoulder.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And also, I had a good point.